No one's coming to save you. Not even in the way that, you know, the movies portray it, right? That like Prince Charming's gonna come and that's it. You're gonna be happily ever after. I want to remind you guys that happiness is not found outside. Happiness is found within. And love is found within. How do you expect to love someone when you can't love yourself? All you're going to be giving to them is a half-ass aspect of your love. When you love yourself fully, you can love them fully. You can actually love them fully. I want you to realize that if you are attracting individuals in your life, that you're like, how am I attracting them? I'm nothing like them. I'm a good person. They're a bad person. You're looking at it very superficially. You need to look at it, what aspects of you are attracting that person. And if you are not strict with your boundaries and what you expect for your life and what you expect in your life partner and how you expect your life to go, I'm sorry to say, but you don't love yourself enough. Because when you love yourself enough, you demand high standards. So, what's the hurry? What's the hurry? Like, what is so wrong with being alone? Especially as a woman. What is so wrong? Like, people really can't sit with their thoughts. So today's topic is actually very niche. It's actually very Vogue, because I saw that Vogue said that not having a boyfriend will make you ugly, or having a boyfriend is, what was it they said? Oh, Vogue said that having a boyfriend is embarrassing now, which I think it's hilarious. I'm like, wait, is having a boyfriend gonna ruin my aura? And I don't like to believe that because I am a lover girl. But fun fact is I've been single for almost 4 years now, and I think it's insane. I didn't think I would be single for this long, but honestly, it's been so fun. And not because I've been out here just going crazy in my single era, but more because I've actually just redirected all that energy and focus back into myself. I've become more in tune. I've become more spiritual. I've become more of like a bad bitch, you know what I'm saying? So today I wanted to talk a little bit on the people you're attracting into your life, more like partner-wise, and about standards and all that fun stuff. Because honestly, I think quite different to the general public when it comes to relationships. You know, a lot of people are like very like romanticizing the idea of love. And honestly, love is beautiful. I will say I am a lover girl at heart, and I know I'm gonna have the relationship of my dreams, and that's why I've been working on myself so much. Well, no, I've been working on myself because of me. But I know for a fact if I want to find a partner that is whole and complete, I need to be whole and complete first. If I want a dream man, I need to become that dream woman. And I think a relationship is pretty much like an addition to your life. And pretty much anything in this reality that you desire, that you want to bring into your life that you don't currently have, is just an addition to who you are. And all you have to do is become the version of you that attracts that thing, that person, that goal, that desire. And in this case, we're talking about people, right? So it's so easy to use people to fill voids in oneself. And I think that relationship culture, is there such thing? I don't know, is very much based on that. Like, okay, I'm gonna find my other half. I'm gonna find a person that distracts me from myself. That distracts me from looking inward. That distracts me from finding out my identity, which is what really matters. When you actually want to attract a partner that is good for you, that is good for your soul, that is good for your development, you need to find a match to you. How do you find a match to you if you don't even know who you are? So we're going to start off there, right? I mean, a huge part of this, of course, is standards, right? And I really, really believe that your standards show in your frequency, meaning the way you portray yourself, what you believe about the world, how you feel about the world. That frequency that you have, it's on you 24/7, it's radiating off of you 24/7, is anybody's going to be able to read that. Anybody, when you enter a room, that's the first thing that hits them, your frequency. That is what's going to show people who you are, who may be attracted to walking towards you, who may not be attracted to walking towards you. So I wanted to say, funny thing is that I've been single for a long time now, and I think only it was after my last relationship that I had more people coming towards me, more people approaching me. Maybe I was more like an open energy. And then after I decided that I didn't want a relationship, I had gotten out of a long term, I wanted to heal myself, and I wanted to focus on my development, on my journey to my highest self. And I was always like, if I find a person on the journey to their higher self and I'm on my journey and we're both on the journey and we're like, okay, we can help out each other, great. But if that person doesn't come now, it is not the end of the world, and I'm not going to be out here desperate waiting for someone to come and save me, because I'm not waiting for anybody to come save me, because I'm saving myself, because I know that no one's coming to save you. Not even in the way that, you know, the movies portray it, right? That like Prince Charming is going to come and that's it, you're going to be happily ever after. I want to remind you guys that happiness is not found outside. Happiness is found within. And love is found within. How do you expect to love someone when you can't love yourself? All you're going to be giving to them is a half-ass aspect of your love. When you love yourself fully, you can love them fully. You can actually love them fully, right? And then they're just going to be an addition to your life instead of all of it. And a lot of people romanticize the idea of having an other half. But why would you want half of a person? Why would you want a person that doesn't even know themselves? Why would you want a person that is dependent of you to feel complete? And I guess a lot of people like to feel needed. A lot of people like to feel validated. And that's why I just can't see the world the same way as I used to back then. And when I'm looking for an individual, I'm looking for an individual that is whole on their own, that doesn't need me, because I don't need them to feel validated. I don't need them to need me to feel validated, to feel needed, because I know my worth. So when two wholes come together, right? Two people that know that love comes from within and they love themselves fully. Maybe not fully. We're human and we have good and bad days and good and bad seasons, and nobody's perfect. But at least two people, two humans working on becoming this whole version of themselves, right? Putting themselves first. Like, I don't want a partner that puts me first. My partner needs to put themselves first. Just like I'm going to put myself first. And it might sound a little selfish to the general public, but when you're putting yourself first, you're putting divinity first. A lot of people like to say God first, right? So it's the same thing in a relationship. That's the first thing, and then the relationship comes. I want you to realize that if you are attracting individuals in your life that you're like, how am I attracting them? I'm nothing like them. I'm a good person. They're a bad person. You're looking at it very superficially. You need to look at it. What aspects of you are attracting that person? So I'm not talking about, you could be the best person ever and run into the worst people ever. But you know what? Law of attraction is still playing in this situation, in this scenario. In the past, I realized that I was more of an insecure individual, right? So what was I attracting? People that made me feel validated. People that filled that insecurity, filled that validation I needed. And that is what I mean. And most of the time, it was more superficial, right? It was more like people that could only see me superficially, which honestly, it only does so much. It gets to a point where I don't want you to tell me you think I look good, because that does nothing for me. I'm at a point where I want to be seen fully, which is why we rose the standards, right? How? By working on self. All that self-work that goes into your frequency is what sets your boundaries. And I promise you, when you do that, and when your standards are reflecting on your aura, on your frequency, nobody that cannot rise to meet them will even step into your energy. And why do I say that? Because when I decided that that's it, I'm done with relationships until someone can meet me at my energy, until someone can meet me at my frequency, until someone can see me fully, I realized that the only individuals that ever came close to even being attracted to me or to coming into my space were almost there, or were in that same journey that I am. And guess what? All the standards that I had in my head, they met. Now, obviously, I am still single, and I'm being very patient because it's like not a priority right now, even though I did already set out the intention for a relationship, because I was closed off for a really, really long time. I feel like I'm finally at a place in my life where I wouldn't mind sharing my time. That's crazy to say, because my time is really valuable to me. And you know this if you know me. But put that intention out there and release it. And I'm honestly not in a rush, so I'm low-key scared that the fact that I'm not desperate for a man is gonna make it happen quicker. But I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about what being 4 years single did. So then, during this time of rebuilding myself, of prioritizing myself, I realized that the way I treat myself is the example I set for my partner to treat me. That's why I think it's so important to dedicate some time to self. And it should be a priority, especially if you want a healthy relationship. The more time I dedicated to being on my own and to focusing on me, the more I have literally become who I am. I've become closer to finding my true purpose in this life. I've dared to do things I would have never dared before. I've completely transformed as a person. I've taken risks and jumps I would have never taken before. And I'm becoming this version of me that I have always wanted to become. And I'm still on the journey, as we all are on a journey to this higher version of us. But it's like the time that we get when we're single to fully focus on yourself, on your desires, on your mission, on your journey, on your connection with the divine. Why is that not appreciated more? I will never understand that. I've found so much peace. I've honestly, my singleness has become my comfort zone, which is why I know it's time to push myself out of my comfort zone, because we don't want to be in our comfort zone for too long. And my singleness has become my comfort zone. It's like the amount of peace I have is not even funny, which I love. Which I love that I'm appreciating now, because what I'm trying to attract is a peaceful relationship. So let's not forget that. You know, why do we do the healing? So our next time being in a relationship, we do a better job. We attract a better partner. I want you to remember that the person you attract is a reflection of you, which is even more reason why to enjoy your time alone while you have it to become the best version of you. You want a specific partner, the things you want in your partner that you listed, you gotta make sure you have it. You can't ask for this dream person and not be at the level of that dream person. How are you gonna find someone that you're not in the frequency of? If you're looking for someone that is the dream partner of your dream self, of the dream version of you, you need to become this dream version of you. You're not going to find this partner in a different frequency. That just doesn't make sense. That wouldn't occur, which is why no one's coming in to save you. There is no dream partner coming to save you. Now, you could meet your dream partner at the frequency of your dream self, right? So during this time alone, you're working on it. I don't know what part of the journey that you guys might match up, right? And might meet. And it could be at any time, which is why I've always been open to it. But this is just to emphasize how important it is to work on your side of the journey. There's nothing you could do about when you're going to meet this person, or there's nothing you could do about it except prepare yourself into becoming the best version of you. Because wouldn't you want to be this radiant, happy? I mean, we don't always meet our partner in that condition, but wouldn't you want to be the best aspects of you so you could be the best version of yourself to this person, to your soulmate, to your dream partner? So it's more like focus on who you're becoming, and it will all fall into play. And not only that, but like I was saying earlier, if you keep attracting the wrong people, it says a lot about you. I don't want you to go out here and complain. The dating in this era, in this city, in this country, in this time and age, it's just crazy. I don't think I would ever be able to find a person that can match my expectation. Yes, you can. And if you haven't found them yet, it's because you haven't yet reached the frequency you're supposed to reach in order to be a match. So, what's the hurry? I don't know. I'm a little too comfortable out here. I'm getting to the point that I need to push myself out my comfort zone. What's the hurry? What is so wrong with being alone? Especially as a woman. What is so wrong? People really can't sit with their thoughts. I know that the right person will make you shine even brighter. The right person will only push you more towards your higher self. But it's you're not going to meet that right person if you're not that right version of you, right? I mean, I've made it so clear to the universe that I don't want anyone coming in, intruding my path. And yes, I've had my fair share of tests, okay? I have. But I've stand on my boundaries each and every time on what I expect. And every time that you express to the universe by taking action on your boundaries, Let's say they bring in someone that doesn't reach your expectations, or let's say that they have, so far, so you let them in, and then something happens that they don't reach your standards anymore. Are you going to settle? All of that is a straight message to the universe about what you're willing to deal with. So I wanted to make that very clear, that at every point, the universe is reading off of you what you're willing to tolerate. You teach people how to treat you by the way you treat yourself, which is why this time alone is so important, because I'm sorry to say, but the way you look and the way you present yourself and the way you take care of yourself and the way you love yourself teaches people how to treat you. You treat yourself like a rose petal, then guess what message that's gonna give to the partner you're seeking? Like, I expect myself to be treated delicately. I expect my partner to treat me like a rose petal, right? Or whatever it is. It's funny because I'm gonna be a little more open here, but lately, I've tried to be a little more out there, and I don't even have to say exactly, even though I'm very chatty, I will always say, I love communicating. So I will always tell someone, hey, these are my boundaries. This is what I expect, but I won't repeat myself. I'll just note it. Like, you do something off my little checklist, I'll note it, okay? I'm very communicative, I'm very understanding, but I will know everything. And the moment that someone does not do what I know my higher level partner that I'm expecting to receive in this life, they do something that that person wouldn't do, then you're checked off mentally. And it's straight up, it's like, that is it. Because I am so hard on what I expect in this life. And that includes the partner that I want in this lifetime as well. And if you are not strict with your boundaries and what you expect for your life and what you expect in your life partner and how you expect your life to go, I'm sorry to say, but you don't love yourself enough. Because when you love yourself enough, you demand high standards. I'm saying this so sternly, but I mean it in such a deserving way. Like I say in all my videos, every single one of us is divine. Every single one of us contains the same value inside ourself, our soul. We're all just as deserving. And I'm just making it a mission in this life to make sure I get the best of the best. I get what I know I deserve and what I know I can get in this world. So, yes, I've been single for 4 years and I dedicated so much time to my self-growth and I got comfortable with being alone. And I'm going to tell you, being comfortable alone will make you so magnetic, because when you don't need anything, you attract everything. And those type of people that are not dependent on something outside of them to feel whole are very powerful. Now, I will say, of course, I am an emotional being. I am not a cold-hearted soul, but I am willing to be stern, to be serious, to be bold about what I expect in this life, even if I have to go cry in a corner later because I told you no, right? Or just because I was like, you didn't make my list. I was liking you, but you didn't make my list. And maybe it hurts me, maybe I'll go cry, but one thing I won't do is bend my standards for you. One thing I won't do is settle in this life. And that's with nothing. especially not a life partner. And let me tell you, a life partner or anybody that's super close to you, we've all heard it. We've all heard it, right? That you are the sum of the 5 closest people around you. There's this one time I was talking to one of my close friends, right? I was helping her go through a breakup. And I told her, I sat her down and I was like, you choose this person, the ex that she wouldn't let go, this person, or your higher self. You can't do both. You need to pick. And that's how I feel with anything that is not supportive of me becoming the highest version of myself. Is it this or this? Is it the person that doesn't allow you to jump into the next level of you? Are you picking to settle practically, right? Or are you picking to become the best version of you? Guess what? The best version of you does not attach themselves to people who are in lower frequencies. They cannot coexist. They cannot coexist. Someone of a lower frequency drags you down like an anchor does to a boat. And that's what people will do of lower frequency, right? People that are stopping you from becoming a better version of you. So this is why it's so important picking a partner. This is why Vogue said, is it embarrassing to have a boyfriend? I'm gonna be straight up, no. I don't support that, because that's just a belief, right? That a certain group of people have. If you support that, guess what? You're never gonna find your dream partner in that frequency. You're never gonna find your dream partner saying all men ain't shit. You're never gonna attract your dream partner saying that all women cheat. You're never gonna attract your dream partner if all you do is bash who you're attracted to. So I've been known that. I've been known that. I don't think all men are the same. So it's like, that's why already I set myself in another frequency, right? For this person to find me. But I'm already embodying the version of me that I know I would need to be to attract that person. And I think that's the part that people skip. They're just like, oh, I want this person. You do, but would that person even be attracted to who you are right now? And I'm not talking physically. I'm talking physically, mentally, spiritually. So, yeah, T. Anyways, if you're attracting the wrong people, take a quick look at yourself. And it's not all just about your looks. So just because you have your hair done and your eyelashes on does not mean you're going to attract the right person. Are you doing the inner work? Are you doing the spiritual work? Are you in the right frequency? Because I don't know what you want. Maybe you do want, I hope you don't want an ex back or a past person back. Whenever people ask to manifest a past person, a specific person from the past, I'm just like, you can manifest so many things. You want to manifest the past back? The past is in the past for a reason. Your soul needed to learn something from it, and clearly it hasn't. Please don't use conscious manifestation techniques to manifest the past. Please. Even though I know the title probably has something to do with like staying single is like powerful, I agree. Why? Because that's the way that you can customize who you are, meaning become the version of you want to become in order to attract the partner, your dream partner. In order to attract your dream partner, you have to become the version you dream of, right? So who is the match to this dream partner? You can't just ask for this dream man and just do the same old thing. Not look inward, not heal, and not become the person that this dream person would be attracted to. I do agree that interacting with people and making connections is a way of growing, and people are mirrors, and it only helps you grow more. And there's only so much you could do single. Just like there's only so much you could do while you're in a relationship, there's only so much you could do when you're single. There's only so much growth that you could do alone. There's certain growth that can only happen when there's friction, meaning that can only happen when there's problems between two individuals, right? There's certain things that you won't be able to do on your own. So if you've been jumping from relationship to relationship, never been alone, not in a good relationship, maybe it's time to face yourself. Or maybe even if you are in a healthy relationship, take some time to yourself. It's only going to make your relationship better. And if you have been single for a while, like Miss Girl over here, you know, the worst idea of thinking of hopping back into the game, not the game, I do not play games, but hopping out on the playing field, whatever you want to call it, to be able to grow even more. If there's only so much you could do alone, and please drop all those limiting beliefs that don't allow you to find the right partner, and heal yourselves and love yourselves in order to attract the best partner you can possibly attract. It all starts with you. It always does. As everything does, it always starts within, and it starts with you, and it starts with whatever frequency you are putting out there. That is the only way that certain people can come towards you. At this point in my journey, I know for a fact that I cannot attract like people that are not on my same journey. And I've already realized it. As time has passed, I've realized I've only attracted like-minded individuals the further I get along on my journey. And anyways, that is all. I'm gonna wrap it up because I went on like 10 different tangents, and I feel like I always do that. But guys, yes, being single is amazing, but it's also not so bad to desire a connection. And I'm now coming to realize that. I feel for so long I felt so powerful, you know, on my own, and it is very powerful to not need anybody, but it's even more beautiful to be with someone that is also good on their own and that doesn't constantly need someone to feel something, right? That's what you want. You want to be happy on your own, but you want to attract a love from love, not attract a love from lack. Anyways, you guys, that's all I got for today, and I hope that helped. Let me know if you got any questions. Maybe I'm willing to do a little more chatty videos if anybody asks me. I would be open to talking a little more on all this. Anyways, have a great day or night.